PUBG, which is short for PlayerUnknown's Battleground, is the newest Twitch sensation and the recent winner of Dumb Fucking Name What Were You Thinking award. Fun fact, PlayerUnknown, the man, the game, to whomst the name was gamed, is a weak-willed faggot who can't take a joke. When a streamer tweeted that in response to a ban, he would kick the dev in the chest, the dev said, "Hey man, I was actually kicked in the chest, you can't joke about that," which is a very interesting way of viewing humor. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't the oldest form of humor in the book poop jokes? Can I not make poop jokes? Unless I've never taken a poop before? Or I have to be in an audience of people who have never taken a poop? Just to make poop jokes? It's nonsense. But that doesn't matter. That's just the dev being an idiot. The dev can be an idiot and it can still be a good game. So what is the game? Well, the game, PUBG, is a prime example of the fun with friends phenomenon, otherwise known as the law of MMOs, which states that no matter how unfun something actually is, if you play it with some friends, it's good. Even genital mutilation, which got some pretty bad reviews early on, has been getting critical acclaim ever since they opened up multiplayer to both sexes. Leave it to the religion of peace to be so fair and equal. This phenomenon, fun with friends, is just another sign that the modern man is completely alone, and that he seeks companionship through empty and meaningless interactions on multiplayer games and pornography and YouTube videos. I don't mean you guys. I don't mean you guys. I mean, you guys are great. You know, I love you guys. Like a dad loves his Down syndrome daughter. But the game is a third-person or first-person shooter where you and your team of migrants airdrop onto an unsuspecting European island and fight with the other peaceful migrants, the other peaceful refugees, for your right to welfare checks. But much like real life, not everyone is fair game. Some players are more important than other players, and they hold a disproportionate share of power in the game's government and media. Violence against these players will result in legal action. So go back to killing your distant relations, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. There are also a number of vehicles to fuck around with in the game. Feel free to do whatever you like with them until they glitch out, flip, and smother you. It's all good fun. But whatever you do, don't honk the horn. Man, with all these restrictions on what you can do, what's left? Well, Jimmy, you can always enjoy the wonderful variety of bugs and then be banned for it, you filthy fucking cheater. By the way, you will not be getting a refund. But even if you look past all these flaws, because I mean, it's minor stuff, right? That's not important. I don't need to be able to play the game. We're talking about, I mean, when you think about it this way, right? Is the game good or is the game bad? Whether or not you can play it doesn't mean it's good or bad, you know? If every copy of Super Metroid was destroyed, Super Metroid would still be a good game. It just doesn't exist anymore. You just can't play it. So what, if you do look past all these things, what's the actual game like? Well, it's a mediocre shooter with clunky gameplay that runs like ass. And it's a game largely dependent on luck, so that when you lose, you feel angry at how things proceeded. And when you win, you're just confused. You'll have connection issues roughly every other match, and they couldn't even get the fucking hit detection right. Are you kidding? It reminds me kind of like a rundown carnival, where the first ride is kind of fun, but then you realize all the other rides are just copies of the first one, and you see someone on a ride next to you, like, fucking die. Like, the ride just falls apart, and you're like, oh, fuck, I hope that doesn't happen to me. And there are rats and, like, homeless people everywhere, and it just smells. You didn't notice it at first, but, like, man, that's fucking stinks. Oh, now they're adding microtransactions. Speaking of stink, they're adding microtransactions to an early access game. And also, after the developers specifically said there would not be microtransactions during early access. That's never backfired, right? Lying to your audience? Lying to people who play your game? I've never seen that backfire, ever. Ever. it's just lying. I just lied to you. It's not. Then again, these guys are the #1 game on Steam right now, so I guess it doesn't fucking matter. This is a great example to all the little amateur game developer kiddies out there. Hey, just fucking lie. It doesn't affect anything. If anything, we can see by the sales numbers, it might increase your sales. Give it a shot. Who knows? And did I mention, this is important, I really needed to hammer this home. Did I mention that this is an early access game? Can we, before I even get into that, can we take a moment to sit back and say to ourselves, what kind of world do we live in where the #1 game on Steam, the most played PC game right now, on Steam anyway, is an early access game? The game's not done, and it's the most played game. What is going on? But okay, that's separate from that. That's an industry issue. We're talking about the game, okay? It's early access. And that's important because it means it's never going to be good. And here's the thinking. It's possible, right? It's possible. You played this game and you're like, it's not bad.
I'm retarded.
I like the concept. I like Battle Royale style games. I think this one does it fairly well as far as it goes. It's a decent enough time. The problem is it just crashes and it's slow and the servers are laggy. Things that can be fixed. The game itself is fine. Well, tough shit. Because this game is 1, popular, 2, multiplayer, and 3, most importantly, early access. And all of those 3 things are in this situation extremely bad things, especially the combination of them all. Because it means this. It means you have 2 choices, and it's to buy the game now or buy it later. But look at these choices, okay? If you buy the game now, you're buying an unfinished game. It's not done. I mean, you can't deny that. It is an unfinished game that you're paying full price for. And it's gonna fall apart because it's not done, They just haven't finished it. But on the plus side, there's a lot of people playing it. Like, a lot of people playing it. So if you go back to the fun with friends phenomenon, I mean, maybe it's worth your time, It'll break, and you might get banned permanently, in which case, like, well, fuck, I guess it wasn't worth it. But if those things miraculously don't happen, hey, you might have a good time. Or you can assume that there will be a better time later on. You can assume that these problems will be fixed, which is not a guarantee. That is a very optimistic way to look at things. If you think these things are going to be fixed, you are more optimistic than me, my friend. But maybe you believe that's the case. You believe these developers are good developers, and they're gonna fix the game. They're gonna fix the servers. They're gonna fix how it runs. They're gonna fix the fact that if you turn your graphics down, you get a better view of the battlefield. Easy. They're gonna fix all of it eventually. By the time they do fix it, and it releases, and you're finally ready to buy the game, no one's gonna be playing this. Are you kidding? This is a game of the moment game. No one's gonna be playing this in a fucking 2 years when they finally finish it. So that's your choice. You can play it now with tons of people, but it's garbage. Or you can wait until maybe it's a little less, some polished garbage, and nobody's playing it. Good, nice decision. And it is worth pointing out that the devs are fucking millionaires already. So why would they finish the game? Really, why? I mean, there's no reason to finish it. You've gotten the money out of it. But, okay. Or at least, let's be more specific, because this has happened before. There's no reason for them to actually finish it, right? Maybe in a few months they'll say, okay, the game's done. Here you go. Let's add on $20 to the price or something, or maybe not. We'll just sell it for $30, whatever. It's done. The game's done. But it's not. It's like Starforge. I don't know if you guys remember that dilemma, where they just didn't add like anything for months, and then they're just like, okay, boom, 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 done, released, next game, and then everyone bought their next game too, and it's like, oh fuck, well I guess that works.
You can't keep getting away with it.
But again, minor stuff. You can put all that beside. And honestly, if I'm being completely honest, because obviously I haven't been honest so far. Why do people do that, by the way? Why do they say like, And now let me be honest with you. You know, honestly. It's like, what, were you not being fucking honest before? Why do you have to say honestly? Why do you have to preface this with the word honestly? Now I can't believe anything you say unless you start it with honestly. But honestly, I could forgive most of this stuff. You know, if the game was $5. Okay? If it $5 game. Let's say it's a $5 game. Here's the review for PUBG in a hypothetical world where it's $5. It's all right. $5, you know, support a little indie developer. It's not a great game, but it might get better. They might try something new in the future. They haven't made a lot of money off it, so yeah, you know, maybe give them $5. Try it out. It'll give you a few hours of entertainment. Think of it like buying a movie or something, and I guess it's worth it. You know, support small developers. Maybe they'll make something better in the future. Support the indie industry. Sure. But that's not, we don't live in that world. We live in the Bernstein world. And in the Bernstein world, this game costs $30 fucking dollars. $30 fucking dollars. This game isn't done. This game isn't finished. I can play a fully fledged, finished, new 3DS game for $30, right? Or about. I don't know. I haven't bought a 3DS game in a long time because you can fucking download them straight from the eShop. Nintendo fucked that up, by the way. You can download 3DS games straight from the eShop and just not pay for them. It's ridiculous. I'm not saying I do that. I don't do that. No. I mean, I buy them legally. That's why I know that they're about $30. But I'm just saying. Holy shit. But back to the topic at hand. $30? And it's never, by the way, it is never, not once, 0 times, it has never been on sale. It has been $30 since it was born, and it'll be $30 when it dies. They have no interest in putting it on sale. And so I haven't played it. But why did I mislead you like that? Did I make a shitty, lazy review to show how shitty and lazy game journalists are? Did I construct this video as a trick to show how easy it is to fool you all and to encourage you not to believe everything you hear? Or did I make this video as a way of demonstrating how you can tell a game is garbage without wasting your hard-earned money on it first? Or maybe I just thought of some jokes about this game and I didn't want to shell out $30 fucking dollars to tell them. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. I'll just add it to the great list of unanswered questions. Why do I exist? Why do you exist? Why do we die? Why do we live? Why do certain groups of individuals hold unproportionately large amounts of power in our society? Why did Larry Silverstein take out insurance on the Twin Towers only weeks before the 9/11 attacks, then not happen to be at the building that day? Why am I alone? Why are we here?